Apple and YouTube. You know, I love them both. I really do. But I also love George and Martha in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. And when George and Martha get together in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, horrible, horrible things happen. Such as an imaginary son gets killed. Several of the prior videos I've attempted to make for this project, like last summer's project, are like the imaginary child in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, but no one's marriage was saved. Instead, only my sanity got singed at the edges. So I'm going to try this again. Day one. A lot of exposition. Had a good time doing this episode guide. That's been a lot of fun. A little racier than I'm used to doing. It's still very, very, very mild. But because it's password protected and because I'm planning on trying to make it accessible and interesting for people who aren't familiar with Dark Shadows, and then amusing for people who are familiar with Dark Shadows, it has a different tone. And it's nice to be able to sort of flex my sense of humor. So that's been fun. Day two, a lot of Bill Malloy, a lot of bearded men shouting at each other. In the words of Brick Tamland, loud noises. Day three was rough, because if there's one thing duller than the investigation of Bill Malloy's death, which, who cares, it's episodes that go back and forth between Roger saying he didn't have anything to do with the automobile accident and Burke Devlin saying he didn't have anything to do with the automobile accident, but they both blame each other. It's like a Mobius strip. And this is what I look at when people say, "Oh, this is Dark Shadows. This is real Dark Shadows." I'm not going to disagree with them, because I respect them a great deal, and I mean that. I'm not going to say they need medication. I'm not going to say that maybe electroconvulsive therapy would help. I'm not going to say any of those things. But, really? Really? Wow. Wow. It's really rough going. First time I did this festival, I had the whole thing with Barnabas to look forward to. There's no Barnabas popping out of the coffin until May for me. And so I'm looking forward to Lore of the Phoenix. We finally have some suggestions of ghosts, but you know, you got ghosts here. Ooh, ghosts, interesting. And you have an incriminating pen here. What do you think they spend more time on? The incriminating pen. When that pen showed, I remember that pen from a couple of years ago, and I thought, oh no, not that pen again. The pen's the worst. I don't even remember what it means, but it means something boring, and they talk about it over and over again. I love the show, and I love it enough to be honest about when it's being naughty. And it's being naughty right now. And it's, you know, people complain about 1840, and I just want to say, have you watched the first, 150 episodes of the show lately? The first 50, well, I won't say that. The first 10 or 20 are okay, but whew, boy, it finds some downhill to go pretty fast. Some good atmosphere, some good cinematography, some good Dana Elcar, some good Conrad Bain. David Ford's amazing. I mean, when he comes in, he just owns it. And there was something else vital I was going to observe about. Can you observe about something? I don't know. I was just going to observe. But it's gone. But I'm going to soldier on. I'm going to continue to index on. Kind of tweaking its nose is the way I have fun with it. Oh yeah, it's this. I just imagine that there was a network executive and there was a red button, and the button had a brass plaque above it, and the red button was on his desk, and it just said on the plaque, "Cancel Dark Shadows," and his finger was hovering over the button. But for whatever reason, it took him a long time to call Dan Curtis and say, "Dan, bring in a fire demon," or "Dan, how about a vampire," or something, even though all those were Mr. Curtis's idea. Wow. Now, I don't have other soap operas of the era with which I can compare this, or to which I can compare this. So I don't know what Secret Storm was like, or The Doctors, or any of that. I can just imagine. Some of the transformations have been fun. Seeing one actor change to another actor has been good, because they definitely upgraded. But other than that, it's clear why Barnabas provided such a rating spike. And with me, I'm back to the grindstone. See you later. Hey, I love the show still. Really.